1, 2, 3. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Hello,
Hi, what's up?
it's us.
It's us
As
again.
always.
As always.
It's who you expect to find when you turn on this show.
It's us again.
We have Liana here as our Mr. Hand.
Making sure she thinks we're all on dope.
Yep.
Guess what? We're all on dope.
Had a room full of Spicolis here.
A room full of Spicoli. I got my Spicolis on.
Yep, Tessa's got her Spicoli
my
shoes
Spicolis
on.
on.
I got my short denim shorts on.
I got my shorts
Yeah.
on 'cause it's hot as fuck.
in honor of Spicoli.
Oh yeah, and we're about to be somebody's
Liana's
baby.
got waves on her shirt.
Yes.
Surfing Bird.
Mhm.
Wrong movie.
Surfing Bird.
It is the 40th anniversary.
Today is the 40th anniversary of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
1982.
Yes.
40th, you guys.
40.
So before we start talking about how this movie has been part of our lives for all of our lives,
Hit him with the doom biz.
let's get the Doom Biz. Follow us on Instagram at Doom Generation Pod, on Twitter at Doom Gen Pod. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/Doom Generation. $2, $4 a month, you guys.
A month.
We decided this is a pack of
We
Ludens
just-
a month.
We decided.
It's only a pack of Ludens a month. Come on.
Only one.
Call us at 702-720-DOOM. Leave us a message. Text us. Ask us a question. Anything. Follow, like, subscribe, rate, review on your preferred platform. And once again,
you want.
this episode is ad-free thanks to Moss Fun TV. Thank them by watching on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Apple TV. Or download on Apple and Android devices and go to mossfuntv.com or call 1-844-4-MOSS-FUN for more info. Thank you, Moss Fun.
Thank you.
So, this movie was a movie that just was in our lives from
Yeah.
the time we can remember movies.
It is iconic after iconic after iconic.
It's Cameron Crowe, Amy, is it Heckerling?
Yes, this
Yes.
is like Amy Heckerling's kids.
That's what what it's
No,
based on?
but
No.
like compared to Clueless. Like this is like
Right.
kids compared
Kids
to Clueless.
compared to Clueless, yeah.
like that was so
True.
light
It's darker.
compared to this.
So yes, there's going to be a little bit of dark subject matter
Guess
if you
what?
didn't remember.
We're gonna have some
'Cause
discussions.
we didn't really. I mean, I didn't really remember. I mean, I knew, but I hadn't watched this in quite a while. We own it, but I forgot we owned it.
Oh
and
God, I don't
got
even
it
want to. I
another
never
way.
want to see it again. I found it, and then I lost it because I put all those things out. We're like, oh, I'm gonna put all these DVDs out in this bucket, so that the ones that we're gonna do soon, and
Right.
this is one of them, and poof,
Disappeared.
got up and walked away.
I found it another way, a perfectly legal way, and then I found the DVD.
Well, I
So-
also perfectly. That's why I said I don't even want to see it because I paid for it,
Right.
and I don't even want to see that fucking DVD again.
You're like, forget it.
I don't want to
just
see
don't
it
own
ever again. Fuck it. It was like the 30th anniversary one, so it was like a special edition.
And so the
Bastage.
Phoebe Cates scene, for me, I
Mm-hmm.
equate with the National Lampoon scene.
Yeah. Which one came first? Was it this?
Oh, I think this
probably?
one. I think this
So
one. I
that's
think
what
National
this
Lampoon's
was.
a few
Well, because
years
it
later.
was often replicated, this scene, that them titties.
I mean, Stranger
that
Things talks about
53 minutes and 5 seconds into the movie.
that if anybody brings it back paused on that, you know exactly
Right.
what they were paused
Well,
on.
not even necessarily paused on that, because I think that was like the joke when you rented it, because if you would pause for long enough, it would like stress out the tape.
Right.
So it would have that little blip. So it would often have that little blip
You
on them
almost didn't
titties.
see a nipple because it
Almost
you were
didn't.
like, oh fuck!
And
Somebody
she
watched
was
it so many
like-
times it stretched out the tape.
Worried when they were like shooting that scene about like neighbors watching, and they were like, girl, like
Everyone's
everyone
gonna
is
see
about
your
to see
titties."
them titties.
And so let's talk about the cast. Speaking of she,
Right? Phoebe Cates
as Linda,
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Jason Leigh as Stacy,
Yes.
and her big brother Brad,
Brad.
Judge Reinhold,
mm-hmm.
Sean Penn as Jeff
Fucking
Spicoli.
Sean Penn.
Such a different Sean Penn.
This is the Sean Penn side of Sean Penn, not the Sean Penn side of Sean Penn.
right. This is pre-Madonna. He's a
Prima donna.
Robert Romanus as Mike Damone. Brian Backer as Mark Ratner. Ray Walston as Mr. Han. Ray Walston was My Favorite Martian.
Yeah, and
He
then
was in a
also
ton of
Popeye's
shit.
dad.
Popeye's dad, Pappy.
Pappy.
Eric Stoltz as Stoner Dude.
That's right. And
Anthony Edwards as Stoner Dude.
Right.
And Nick Cage as Brad's bud.
no, this was the first and only time he was Nick Coppola.
He was Nick Coppola. That's right. That is right.
That is right.
And they
and
were
then
all
Forrest
cutie pies.
Whitaker.
Oh yeah, Forrest Whitaker as Charles.
Oh, and Pamela Springsteen was also in this movie. She was one of the cheerleaders, Dina, that...
You know what? When I saw the end, it said Pamela Springsteen, and I was like, "Is that Bruce Springsteen's kid?" Because
No,
he
his
had
sister.
Oh, his sister. Because
It's
Brad
his
had
sister.
a Springsteen sticker on his car
right,
and a
and the
Springsteen shirt.
And
Yeah.
that's his sister. And then she went on from this to do Sleepaway Camp.
Oh shit! I did not even know
Yep.
that Bruce Springsteen's sister was an actress.
Yep. She was in quite a few things, but this being one of them. Oh, and Vincent Schiavelli as Mr. Vargas. The guy
Oh
with the
right, the guy you know from fucking a ton of things. Like he
I
was
had a
in-
teacher kind of like that. This is based on a real teacher. These are based on real people.
Yeah, and this is a book by Cameron Crowe. This is based on a book by Cameron
These
Crowe.
are people he knew, I guess. This is like people that he like knew and went to school with. That guy, Rat,
Yes.
is based on a guy that went on. He writes the For Dummies.
Oh, the
Series,
whatever
like
for
in
dummies,
real life?
anything for dummies series.
Not the actor, but like the guy that
he's based
guy's
on.
based on is a real person named
weird.
Rat, like Ratner.
I can't imagine having a movie with characters based on my real
I know.
life. That's
I know.
and that someone you went to high school with wrote. I
Yeah.
hope he didn't use real names.
Right?
I'm sure he didn't.
Well, Ratner, I think, is a real name.
Oh,
of
really?
somebody.
Well, of somebody, but I mean, I hope he didn't use the people.
Well,
he was
didn't you
talking
say
about.
also the costume designer like got busted for
So
photographing?
yeah, the
high
costume
school
designer. This
students?
was like the first thing she did. She went on to do like 16 Candles and a bunch of other iconic like
Yeah.
80s fashion shit. But the way she got her ideas for this movie is she went on to actual California high school campuses at lunchtime and took photographs of all the
Yeah.
cliques. Here's all the stoners. Here's all
Right.
the cheerleaders. Here's the whatever. And based the costumes on real stuff kids in California were wearing until security on campus told her, you cannot do
Mm-hmm. You
this.
need to stop
You
photographing
can't come
the high
on to
school.
school and photograph minors without their permission or their parents' permission. And then the only thing she didn't source from California was the red bathing suit.
Right, which surprised me.
Which she said she couldn't find any good bathing suits in California in the 80s. And so she had to go to New
can't-
York for that.
Well, and I didn't even, because when you mentioned what Stacy was wearing as the bathing suit, I was like, oh yeah,
It was a trash bathing suit for sure.
it was trash for sure, and especially if that's your pool.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not have an array
Of bathing
of
suits.
super cute fucking bathing
And
suits?
she got to get in a bathing suit twice, and both times it was like a sweater vest.
Because even here, like, there was, well, I mean, like, this is also not 1982, but like in 1992, like, there's bathing suit stores.
Yeah, they're
here.
all just bathing suits. And
Right.
we don't even live by the beach.
not close enough for like to have there be a lot of
And they're
bathing
supposed to
suit
be
stores.
Ridgemont, I think, is Santa Barbara, I believe is where this is filmed, right? Wasn't it like
I
Northern
think-
California or Central California?
Well, it's Van Nuys High, like the high school's in
oh,
Van
really?
Nuys.
Okay. So that's not that far.
And the mall is, oh shit, the Sherman Oaks Galleria.
Oh, well, those are, we
Yeah,
can get
no.
there in an hour.
Yeah. So that the house, their house is in Canoga Park.
Oh, okay. So I don't know why I thought this was up. So no, this is actually pretty close to where we are.
Yeah. So this is all in, a lot of the sets were like at Universal Studios, the back lot at Universal Studios, the hospitals in Inglewood. So
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got the beat at the Ridgemont
We got the
Mall.
beat.
We got the beat. We got the beat.
Yeah, we got it.
We are at the Ridgemont Mall seeing all the characters in their natural habitats.
And we're hopping around out here. And I guess Jennifer Jason Leigh actually worked at this pizza joint.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like while she'd been cast and like in the months waiting until they actually started filming where she was getting a check. She worked at the pizza place.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So we see the pizza place, the movies, the arcade, et cetera, et cetera.
Those Jordache jeans.
Like a whole row of them. Shirtless Spicoli at the arcade. Linda and the pizza girls are talking about this foxy boy who just walked in.
He's so old.
And
He's
they
not
say
even...
Stacy is not even in high school yet, which I freaked out for a second because when I, quote, wasn't in high school yet, I was 13 years old.
Right.
She is later established to be 15.
Which
so let's
is
get that out of the way. It's still too young, but let's just get it out of the way that not having started high school, she's still 15 because high school started in 10th grade.
Tonight.
And so they
and every night
are talking about this boy. So then before we get to that part, Mike Damone scalping his Van Halen tickets, children.
Oh, did you call him a scalper?
Oh, he's not a scalper.
He
performs
not
a
scalper.
service.
He performs a service. And he's kind of like a John Bendery.
Yes. And $20 though for Van Halen tickets.
I know. Like Diamond
Come
Dave.
on, Diamond Dave. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll give you $20
Let's
for
go.
some Diamond Dave.
And there's like a smoking section at the movie theater.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like
I don't remember ever going.
Smoking sections upstairs to the left. Smoking
that
sections
must have
upstairs.
existed when we were kids. And I remember
Well,
it
it's
in
1982.
restaurants.
It's not like I was going to movie
Well, I
theaters
remember
when was-
restaurants having smoking sections, but I don't remember ever going in a movie theater. And
Well,
seeing
this
people
is also,
smoking.
like I said, 1982. So it's not
We
like I
were
was
too
going to a
little.
lot of it. And they did all this, the filming at the Claremont Mall. This was all night shooting. They had to shoot it
'cause
after
to
closing.
close the mall. Interesting.
That's a lot of people that they got in there, though, like after closing. That's a big ass mall. It's closed now.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
And then you see Mike Ratner, who hates working at the movie theater because all the action is across the mall.
I know, and he's
at the food
scoping
court.
out Stacy.
And then we see Linda, Phoebe Cates, encouraging 15-year-old Stacy to flirt with what turns out to be a 26-year-old man.
26.
She tells him she is 19.
Oh my God.
And he asked for her number out the gate. Like,
Seriously,
it doesn't even matter
he
she's
hits-
19. Like, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
19?
And he hits her with
the
that
number.
working hard or hardly working.
Oh, motherfucker. Don't ever working hard or hardly
better
working me.
not. Like,
No,
it
you better
did it
don't.
used to be funny then?
And it's still not
Was
funny.
It, well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Was it funny then? Because
I don't
it
know,
wasn't
maybe.
new?
No.
Couldn't be right. Because even Linda says, like, oh, what if he says anything remotely funny, like laugh? And he laughed. Because he fucking told it. He smelt it. He dealt it.
So then we see Brad, Judge Reinhold, showing up for work at All American Burger.
With his paper hat.
He kisses his girlfriend hello.
And then here comes Spicoli and his buds all shirtless again. He's like, come on.
Well, they come in with shirts.
Right.
And take off their shirts.
Right.
And that's when Brad's like, you guys, you had shirts on when you came in.
Right.
So they're
Like,
just doing
why-
it to be dicks
why are
because
you
there's a
fucking
sign.
around? Yeah. And like, I guess like that's cool. He's like, come on. Come on.
No shirts, no shoes, no dice.
Right. Learn it, know it, live it.
Yes. And then the mall is closing, and Linda is again encouraging Stacy to call this adult man stereo salesman who gave her his card. And she's like, I lost my virginity at 13. It's really not a big deal.
This is not good. She's probably lying. Do you think she's lying? Do you think she's telling the truth? I bet she's lying. I bet she's a virgin.
Because I bet Linda lies a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's real hot, but like she has this long distance older boyfriend, which
in Chicago,
I believe he exists only because of later when she's all upset about him breaking up with her. But I don't think he was ever her boyfriend.
Upset.
I think he's a guy that she likes. And maybe he fucked her once, but I don't think he was her boyfriend.
Because that wasn't a letter from him. That was a letter.
That was her letter to him, but wasn't it because he stopped talking to her or something? There was some reason why she. But like she was fully
never
crying.
Saw any. So.
But like,
she's
why
also
not?
15.
Is she supposed to be 15 too?
Well,
I thought she's a little bit older. I
what,
assumed she was
16?
16. Yeah, like 1 year
Still.
older.
Still. I bet she made that whole fucking thing up. She got herself whipped up in a snit because you never see any
But she
correspondence
doesn't need
from
to
him.
make it up. Like she's all the boys like. Well, you don't see all the boys
That's
liking her.
why
You see Brad
girls-
liking her.
That's why ladies write dudes in prison. Because there is no expectation. That's why they write those dudes on death row.
You think Doug was in prison?
No, I don't think that. I think it's like her girlfriend in Niagara Falls. She doesn't even go here. Like I met her. She lives in Canada.
But like usually it's nerdy dudes who can't get laid who do that. So what is
Well,
her reason
because she's
for
a
doing
fucking chicken shit. She's not actually gonna do it. She talks a bunch of shit.
that? Okay, so it's
And
just that
she
she's
doesn't
talking
actually.
a big
Yeah,
game.
she just
Okay.
talks a big game. and she's not actually doing any of this shit.
That could be true too, because there
So
were
she
girls like
covers,
that.
Yeah,
there
so
were
she
both.
covers by having this long distance boyfriend that she's faithful to.
So she doesn't have to date boys in real life. That's possible.
High school boys.
I didn't really think about it.
She's
but that is
above
possible.
it. Well, that and
I'm above it.
I'm above it. She in real life does like older men because didn't she marry Kevin Kline?
Did
Who's
she?
a lot older. Yeah, that's why she quit Hollywood.
She's still married to him.
Yeah.
Fact check.
Fact check it. I believe they're
Mr.
still
Hand,
married.
we're gonna need
Mr. Hand, I need you to
history
look this up,
lesson.
a history lesson. I believe they're still married, but they got married. That's why you didn't see her again.
I feel like
she
that
had
sounds
children
familiar.
and she chose to raise the children, and that was it.
I was like, who did you just tell me recently? Was it Jamie Gertz
Jamie Gertz.
that doesn't have to work anymore? 'Cause
Oh
she's
yeah,
like a
because she's a
billionaire.
billionaire, but like
She
didn't
married a
marry
billionaire.
a
No, he became a
He
billionaire
became a
after she
billionaire
married him.
after.
Since 1989.
Since
Yeah.
1989, Phoebe Cates and Kevin Kline have been married.
Yeah, they got kids and
Wow.
shit, and she quit, and she raised
I almost
the
said
kids.
Calvin Klein.
I know. Sometimes I say that.
Calvin Klein.
Calvin
No,
Klein,
not that
and
one.
he's a lot older than her, right? I feel like there's a fair amount
fair
of years.
distance.
A fair distance. A fair distance.
That was who it was that she's talking about.
oh,
her
shit.
older boyfriend.
That was Doug, right? No.
Doug, yes, I
Doug,
think
yeah.
so. So then we're at school and we seen Nick Coppola.
Yes, Nick Coppola, and they're toilet papering the school.
They
This is
toilet
the
paper.
first-
The first day of school, they TP the school.
The custodial
Staff
squad
does not
is like,
need
yeah,
your shit.
staff. I couldn't think of the word. I was like, staff. But yeah.
And Nick Cage is putting a "I am a homo" sign on someone's back because
Oh man,
it's 1982.
and it's like it seems like the end of the year, but I guess not. And there's like questionable
Yeah, it's
locker
Stacy's
situation.
first day of high school. And then you see, I have a question. High school starts in 10th grade, but when they go to the gym,
Yeah.
the signs say 10th grade, 11th grade,
Yeah.
12th grade. So
I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
And Mark is opening his locker, somehow gets covered in chewing gum.
Right.
I don't
What
even
is-
know
that's
how he
gross.
did that.
His locker like came on him.
And then Brad, who I remembered Brad being nerdy because he worked at the fucking fast food place and all that
Right,
stuff.
he
But
took
he's
it
popular.
seriously.
He
Yeah,
comes
he is
cruising in
popular.
and they're, hi, Brad. All the girls
Yeah.
are like waving and shit.
Right.
He's got this sweet
I guess.
car.
Well, that was the other thing. Like, I guess that was another foreign concept to Amy Heckerling. I think was
Mm-hmm.
that any of these students would have a cherry car and drive around. Cause
Nobody
she's
had
not-
a nice car really at my school. Everybody had
Well,
used
no, but just the fact that
beaters.
they would drive.
I didn't drive in high school.
Well, no, I know, but like that's where I guess all of this comes from. Because like in
Wherever
like
she's
East
from.
Coast things, I guess maybe I don't know.
They have more
I don't
public
know.
transportation there. We don't have, you guys, we're barely getting good public
I know.
transportation.
I
in
I
California.
didn't like I said like I didn't take a bus unless it was a field trip until I was like an adult.
Yeah, I was in college the first time I got on an RTA, like a
Yeah.
public transportation
Uh-huh.
bus, because I didn't drive yet and I was with my best friend at college.
Yeah.
And so when we had to go, like if we wanted to go to the mall and we didn't want to wait for, like a mom wasn't going to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
pick us up and take us to the mall. So we got bus passes and we went and rode the bus to the mall.
I navigated the RTA from when I was like 14.
Nope.
Nope.
I could go all over Riverside County with my friends. Fucking
Nope.
everywhere we were not.
And I only rode a school bus if it was for field trips.
Right.
Transferring.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I never. We got lost. The one time we tried to take the bus all the way to the mall from college, we got on like the wrong one and we ended up going like past the mall and having to wait for them to like wrap back around
Damn.
to the mall. Like we were on the bus for an hour to get from.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, so we're meeting everybody as they're coming in. So Brad's coming in,
Mm.
and you see that like Nick is his buddy. Damone is out there scalping tickets in the parking lot.
He's not a scalper.
Jefferson, Forrest Whitaker comes in his slick ass car.
Is it a bitchin' Camaro?
Yep. Damone says hi and is like, oh, I know him. Like he tries to
Right,
pretend
yeah,
like,
like-
because Charles is like the star quarterback and all
Right.
this shit.
He's the big man on campus.
Damone's trying to convince this smaller kid that he's selling tickets to that, like, oh, that's my buddy. And Charles, all he says to him is, don't fuck with my
Yeah,
car.
don't fuck with my shit. Yeah, don't fuck with it. And then Spicoli and his buds fall out of the bus all high. And apparently they were actually hotboxing that vehicle.
But of course.
In one of those scenes, whichever one or
Because
both.
there's several, yeah, or at least two.
There's at least two, but in at least one of them, they're actually hotboxing that bus.
And then we're at the gym class signups, and then the van opens up and they pour out. And then we're at Mr. Hand's he's history, right? History
Right.
class.
Your history.
Aloha.
And he's like all intense.
And I definitely had teachers like this. And if you play these teachers right, they can be cool.
No,
But I
well,
had
guess.
a teacher like this who everybody didn't hate him, but he was very Mr. Hand
I
and
guess
very
so.
strict. And as long as you got good grades, like as long as
Right.
you turned in the work, I could get away with fucking doing anything in that class. I could sleep in that class, and he would visibly see me sleeping and not wake me up. And as long as I woke up and passed whatever test he was giving, it was fine. He didn't say shit. So like, and I feel like, well, I don't know. Mr. Hand wouldn't have been okay with someone sleeping in his class.
No, I don't think so. Not
So
in
it's
front
not
of the
quite-
other students.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, and so is
And someone
Spicoli
is,
in
like-
10th grade?
I don't know.
Because he's in Stacy's 10th grade history class.
Was he held back?
Well, but it's U.S. history. So sometimes it's not by grade. It's like there's U.S. history, world history.
Those
you know
were
what I
like
mean?
interchangeable. I feel like that was like a half semester.
So I think he
and a
could be
half
11th
semester.
grade and still be taking U.S. history.
Maybe.
Like, I don't think he was a 10th grader, but he's not a senior because later he says he's going to have to be back at school again next year.
That's true. Yeah, he's not. He's not.
So yeah, I think he's like 11th grade. So
Well, I guess that would explain why he thinks Charles Jefferson is so cool because he's a
because
senior,
he's a
right?
senior, yeah.
So yeah.
And so Mr. Hand's giving out the rules, and
Yeah.
Spicoli is locked out of the classroom.
Yeah, he shows up late.
And when he gets in, Mr. Hand tears up his class schedule.
Oh, he's like, oh, I get so alone when the bell rings and all of my kids aren't here. And he's rips up. They're like, you dick.
Yeah. Hey, bud, what's your problem?
Right. I think you know where the front office is.
You dick.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then now I used to have nightmares every year before school. Not that Mr. Hand tore up my schedule, but that for whatever
No.
reason it was unreadable, or I
Right.
couldn't get it, or I lost it, and
Or
then
I
I was
couldn't find it.
wandering around school
Yes.
trying to figure out what
Every
class I was
single
supposed to be in.
year, like it would be.
So that's horrifying.
Yeah.
For him to tear up your
Yes,
schedule.
like, oh,
I have no idea where I'm supposed to be.
I'm never gonna remember it again.
So
Because
he
you'd
sends
have
him
to
to the
keep
office,
it in like
yeah,
the front of your folder that had the clear plastic.
for at least the first week of school.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
because I'd forget.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, terrible, terrible dreams.
Panic attack. And so Spicoli goes to the office, and then when Mr. Hand passes out the test,
Oh, and
all the
smell
kids smell their papers.
The ditto machine.
It's got to be
I'm
the ditto
saying.
machine.
It came out a little damp, and it
Oh.
just smelled good. That purple ink.
So then later, was it like at lunch? Stacy is telling Linda, "Oh, he didn't pull a knife." So they're already
Linda
talking about
thinks that he
Spicoli pulled a knife,
and she was like, "Oh, everybody is like exaggerates around
like he
here."
just
And it's
called him
like,
a dick.
Yeah. And like they established that there are 3 girls that have taken up the Pat Benatar look.
Yeah, 3 girls at school are doing Pat Benatar. And then they're talking about being good in bed. And Linda's like, "Oh, you don't have to be good. You just have to show up."
I mean,
I mean,
at this
which,
age,
okay, yeah, but no.
true, but
yeah, but
yeah.
no, but yeah, but no. Like, you can just
this
show
is all a
up.
bunch of terrible advice that Linda is giving.
And when you're 15,
I
yeah,
know.
just showing up is kind of all you have.
because she's got an invisible boyfriend. She's got a made up
She doesn't
fucking
know.
a boyfriend. Then she's reading fucking Cosmo and she's making up a bunch of scenarios. And Stacy's her little fucking doll.
Why do I
that
feel like
she's
Linda's mom is slutty?
I bet she
And
is.
that she leaves her alone a lot
She's-
to go
she
fuck
drinks.
dudes, and she drinks. Like, I feel like this is stuff she's seeing her mom do or
right.
something.
Or she's just reading it in Cosmo.
Or she's just, unattended. Because you never hear about
Unattended.
Linda's parents. You don't
No.
hear about anybody's
Anybody's,
parents.
really.
There are no parents in this.
No, it's all
That's
just
weird
teenagers.
too. But it was the 80s.
It was the
I mean, even in the 90s,
Yeah.
they left us fairly unattended in high
That's
school.
true. That's true. Once
in
you
this
got
day
there,
and
well,
age-
because that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of parallels, but a couple years later, like
Right.
not at 15,
Right.
but maybe at 16, 17.
Right.
There were some things.
So Linda starts giving Stacy a lesson on doing blowjobs on this carrot in front of all the boys in the lunch area.
I felt this.
And I love, though, that this lunch area is outdoors because all of the
Right.
iconic 80s high school movies are
Yes.
these indoor high
Uh-huh,
schools.
but
and
I always had
I always had outdoor high school.
Yep.
So all our hallways were out in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Our lunch area was out in the sunshine. Like there was a cafeteria you could eat inside, but you didn't eat in there.
No,
You
there
got your
wasn't
food
enough
and you
room
went
for
outside.
everybody.
Yeah, you went outside and ate.
Yeah. And like,
When she finally does it right or
she's like
right,
got too
whatever,
much teeth.
the boys are
They
cheering
applaud.
and shit. But she
And she's
asked
like,
her.
oh my God.
Stacy asked Linda, "How much comes out when a guy has an orgasm?"
Oh, about a quart or so.
She looks
Like,
horrified, and she's like, "I'm just kidding."
At
Can
least
you
she
imagine?
admits. At least she admits to. I'm kidding.
So
That she didn't try to play that off as the fucking truth. Luckily, because oh my God, like now they're going to the morgue. Like they keep having this discussion about going to the morgue, and I did this. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
so
saying. I had
biology
a-
class. And
I had a
this
teacher
class
like
had
this.
a bunch of
They
live
didn't have
animals. We
monkeys.
didn't have live monkeys.
No, we didn't
and
have
shit.
stuff like that. Like we dissected a bunch of shit, and
But
then
it was
eventually
dead.
we went to a college where we were gonna get to work on cadavers, but it was because it was a college. Like the classes were still happening, so they did a certain amount of cover up for us, but the other students were just coming in and taking the sheets off of their personal
Yeah, I didn't ever have to do
experimental
this.
cadavers, and it was like, oh shit.
I took biology and I had to dissect things, but they never mentioned going to the morgue that I recall.
We had it wasn't ours, like we didn't get to keep it. It was at the same field trip, but they had like this torso, like chest and torso region with organs that you could take out. They were actual human.
But they were like resin coated or something.
Yeah, like where you could take them out
Plasticized.
and like you could put them back. It was like, what was that game? Perfection? Like nothing went off, but you started to feel like something might when you like.
It's like a combination
timer
of
was like-
operation and perfection.
You're like, oh no!
It's gonna vibrate.
Or it's
Guts
gonna
are
go
gonna like that.
if you hit it
Yes,
in the wrong spot.
it's gonna explode in my face.
So yeah, so they're in biology class that has all these live animals, which
Right.
like okay, bunnies and whatever, but this
Yeah.
live like what was that? What kind of monkey is
macaque?
that? Yeah, I don't know.
Did
they're-
you see macaque?
And they're talking about how the final is at the morgue. And
Right,
Stacy and Mark Ratner are in this class together.
right.
And Mr. Vargas just switched to Sanka, so have a heart.
That's right.
And you see that Ratner has the hots for Stacy already.
But he doesn't know her name.
No, he knows
He doesn't
nothing.
listen
He's seen
during
her.
roll call.
This is high school
I guess.
for boys.
I mean, I would at
apparently.
least
You don't even know her name.
because there was like
And he's already in love. He's telling Damone,
I
I'm in love.
know.
It's like her boob window.
Her boob window.
Thank goodness for the boob window.
And like he's in Damone's room. And is it just me or does Damone have like a full mini bar in his bedroom at 16
Yeah,
years old?
of course he does. It's Jamil.
Right? And he's giving Rat tips.
Yeah, I
Use
don't
your
care.
body.
I don't care if she comes, stays, lays, or prays. Oh,
You just gotta, he's
you
got
gotta
his
do
dice
the-
on.
You gotta do the
You just gotta
Dyson.
set his dice on. His Dyson.
Miles Dyson.
You just gotta send out the vibes.
Yeah, you gotta use your body. That's what I do. Slither over here, slither over there.
And then we see the contrast of Stacy being tucked in by mom. So you do
Right.
see a mom. That's the only time I think you see a parent.
Right, she's tucking her
Tucking
in.
her in. And like my kids are
'Cause
this
she's-
age-ish.
She's gonna be.
I
Somebody's
don't still
baby.
tuck my kids in.
No,
Like
No.
Children would be like, "What are you doing, mother?"
yeah. And
go.
and of course, as soon as mom leaves the room, she is fully dressed under this blanket.
Of course, like as soon as she closes the door, she hops right out of bed. And
They didn't
sneaks
even
out.
wait to make sure
Nope.
like that she went far enough away. Climbs out her window and waits
Uh-huh.
on a corner for this adult 26-year-old man to pick her up.
Ron the stereo guy. And he immediately.
You want to go to the point?
Okay, so for real, he knows she's young. Well,
He knows she's 19.
He thinks she's
and
19.
he asks again and she insists. He's like, "Are you really 19?" "Yes, I'm really 19." But so they've never had a conversation.
No.
They barely know each other's names.
Straight to the fucking point.
Takes her to the point, which is not even like what I think when you say the point is
It's
you're going to take
not
me
a
to like
dugout.
a
Yes.
scenic
I've
view
been to a parking
in the car
spot,
to go parking.
right where there's
We're
lights.
gonna make
and
out,
shit.
which
Yeah.
that's okay. Still
Not a
no, because she's
dugout.
15. But a dirty dugout covered in graffiti. He brings a blanket.
Oh, gross.
No dinner,
Nope.
No movie.
Straight to the
No
fucking
coffee.
point.
Straight to
Nothing.
the point. Going in
So
dry.
romantic.
Going
getting
in fucking
railed
no
in a
lube.
dugout.
Just fucking right in.
And like, is this her
Virginal.
first-
This is her first time.
So I mean, like,
there
not
had to
like-
be blood on that blanket. He had to have known.
not
Because
like that
he didn't
was-
even warm her up.
No, he just
No,
Just
poke
whoop,
it.
let's okay.
She said
here we
it
go. And
hurt.
she told her later it hurt.
like mine wasn't a whole like, oh, I'm like a romantic, let's like a fucking whatever situation, let's be together.
Mine
Like,
was
it wasn't-
romantic and it still
No,
hurt.
it was a science experiment. And it didn't hurt that bad, but at least it was indoors.
Yes, mine was also indoors.
Like not like it's a whole. Oh, it's,
Mine
you know,
was
oh, your
romantic,
first
but it
time
wasn't good because it was
gift of your
painful.
virginity. No,
It hurt. Mine hurt. I mean, he wasn't huge, but he was enough that I wasn't like that. I definitely the next day was like, "Ooh, okay, that's
I mean,
uncomfortable."
it
Ah. Hey, I still have mine on social media, so I gotta make sure to be nice. But really, I actually don't have anything bad to say. It was very nice.
I mean, it was fine. Like it.
I mean, it
wasn't-
was like it wasn't
was
this.
friendly.
It wasn't
Yeah,
in a
like, it
fucking
wasn't
dugout with a
right. No,
26-year-old
yeah, it
stranger.
was nice. It
was
was
a
a
big-
friendly situation. It
boyfriend that
wasn't
was
in
a-
a dugout.
a year
It wasn't
older.
a man that was 9 years older
No,
than me.
no.
Taking me directly to a fucking dugout.
Mine was like
going
a
in
year
dry.
older. Yes, and no, it was.
fucking
Oh my
year.
god.
Oh, picking me up on a fucking street corner.
And I can't figure out why Stacy has such low self-esteem that she thinks this is all she deserves.
And why was she wearing corduroys when he picked her up? Like you would think if you knew that
And,
you
like, he
would wear
goes-
something a little more accessible.
He says, "Am I going to get to first base?" Kisses her. Are you
And
really
then
19?
immediately
And then
fucks her.
immediately takes her clothes off, bare
Sir,
titties,
that's not first
and
base.
fucks her. I'm like, that's wow, Ron.
Ron.
Relax.
Ron.
Like, even if she's 19, like, you didn't ask if she's a virgin.
No.
Like, do you want nothing?
No.
nothing.
And
Just
still 19,
that's
Ron.
still pretty young. You're
19.
26, bro. You're 26.
You're a grown up and you took a 19
Like, she's cute, but how many girls could you meet in that mall? Like, you're 26.
He meets
you
girls in that mall all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
He hands out his card.
Oh, man.
Gross, Ron.
Gross, Ron.
You're fucking gross.
So she tells Linda the next day at school it hurts so bad, and Linda's like, "Keep doing it. It
it
gets,
gets better, I swear.
Which it does, but like, God, Linda.
Linda don't fucking know. Linda don't fucking know.
And then Brad jamming out, washing his car.
Washing his car.
Fucking-
Yeah.
Stacy
Stacey,
comes home, and
yeah.
that's the first time you know that Stacy and Brad are siblings.
Right.
It doesn't ever show them in the
No,
same
not
scene till
before
here.
that. Like she comes home and he tells her to clean the pool.
Mom said, "Clean the pool,"
And she finds roses. How did he know where she lived? Did he take her home after this? Because he picked her up from the street corner after she snuck out.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. And you can clearly see in HD that those are silk roses. They didn't even get
Oh.
real roses.
Well,
On my
memories
TV,
of
they're
you.
they're fake.
Oh, memories of you. I'm Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson.
And then you see,
Ronson.
and she asked him to take the roses and put them in his trunk
She's
to make
like,
sure
"Can
mom
you
and
just
dad
get
don't
rid of
see.
this. Like, yeah,
And there was
memories
no
of-
protection used. She's not on
Didn't
birth
seem
control.
like it. It's 1982.
No, she just done
It's
That's why what
already-
happens later is surprising to me. Apparently, Ron is sterile
Yeah,
because she fucks him
Or
from
it
the
just
beginning
wasn't
of the school year
time.
till November.
Well, what? Well,
She's because later she asks, she's like, I haven't heard from Ron since November, and this is the beginning of the school year, which back then
so
would have
does
been
he take her to
September.
the dugout every
September,
time?
October.
Does he put it in her dugout every time?
So they fucked for like 3 months, and she never got pregnant. So he must have either he really did have, but he did
Or
not
did
put a
he, like,
condom
at
on in
least
that scene.
Pulled
out, I guess.
Gross. Gross, Ron. And he never caught on. Did she
That
sneak
she was
out every
15
time?
and was sneaking out of her fucking window? I guess not.
See, when I was younger and I watched this movie, like this didn't seem like a problem.
No, but now watching it
This
with
seems
teenage,
like a
I have
big fucking
teenage
problem.
children, and I'm like,
This
excuse
is a
me,
huge fucking problem.
excuse me. But see, I don't,
Ron.
I don't think I snuck out really. I
I
don't remember
snuck
climbing
out
out
a
my
lot.
window because my window was in the back of the house, and we had locked fences. There was no way to get out.
Mine was like right over for like a good portion of my sneaking out times. Right in that sneaking out window.
Is that between moon times and sun times?
Exactly.
Sneaking out
In the
times?
Vespers. There's like there was a window that went right. It was right over like where the fence gate was. And it was like easily
accessible from
yeah,
your
to
bedroom.
get out. And I got out.
My parents were kind of
got
lax. Like, I definitely had sex at my own house and at my boyfriend's houses just because parents were negligent. Because you weren't supposed to close the door, but you would hear your parents go out to smoke weed or whatever the fuck your parents were going to do. And you just closed the door.
I plead
And
the
it took
fifth.
a while for them to come back.
I plead the fifth.
My mom can hear. She's not going to listen to this. She don't
I don't know if
listen to
my
this.
mom ever will, but I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying
But
shit.
yeah, I didn't have sex in my parents' bed, but I had sex in my room in my house when my parents were home.
disrespect.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking the disrespect. I'm not even gonna fucking just the disrespect.
I don't think I ever had sex in a boyfriend's parents' bed either. I'm trying to think. I don't think I did. Because the parents were always there. They were in the rest of the house and we were like hiding out in the bedroom.
I ain't gonna say no.
Tessa's she's gonna keep her secrets to herself.
Oh, okay,
She's keeping
keep
it
your
close to-
secret.
Okay.
Okay,
your secrets.
I'm gonna keep it like a wizard.
So then later, Brad's at work talking about wanting to break up with Lisa because they've been going out for 2 years.
Like a senior, and
I love her and all, and she's great in bed.
right.
But I'm a
But-
single, successful guy, and like it becomes clear that I don't think they've had sex in the 2
I don't
years.
think so.
I don't
Yeah.
think they have. He feels like he needs his freedom, and then but the next conversation makes it sound like they have never had sex because
Yeah.
when she's like, he's like, let's go to the point, and she's like, what is there
Why?
to do
Yeah.
at the point,
What do you want to
Bradley?
do there? Yeah.
And he's like, we've been going out for 2 years,
Mhm.
so
And she's like, "Psh, so, and now there's like a fire. So
I mean, I got to be honest. If I was a senior and my girlfriend was a senior and we've been dating since the 10th grade and we hadn't had sex, I'd be moving on.
2 years.
You can only dry hump for so long before you start a fire, you guys.
Someone gets chased.
Those
the
friction
kindling-
burns are no
the
joke.
kindling. You will start a fire, and in this dry Southern California
Yeah,
climate,
you can't be dry humping forever.
in the summertime.
You will get a rash. You will get friction burn. Like you can't, and you'll
You
get
could
bruised
start
on your
a fire.
bones.
Spontaneous combustion.
Right?
It's
You don't want to
Spontaneous
spontaneous
combustion.
Just have sex. Because guess what? There's no such thing as like virginity. Like, yeah, okay, you could not have had sex before, but like this whole losing your virginity
Yeah,
and like
no,
it's a precious
to who?
thing.
To
It's
some
just a
dude?
fucking thing. If you want to have it, have it. But if you don't want to have it, don't
You
let
don't have
anybody
to
make
do
you
it.
fucking have it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's meaningless. Just
was
do it or don't do
friendly.
it.
But it was a science experiment.
Yeah, and mine was
I just
totally
wanted
different,
to see
but
what happens.
it probably wasn't any better.
I just wanted to
physically.
make the cut.
Like, it's not like you had an orgasm until you were how old?
Oh,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, you just baptized me in your fucking spit.
No, it's vodka.
Jesus. That was holy water.
Oh my god. I should not have taken it.
Fuck you when you talk about that. When was the first time?
Napkin.
With who? Fucking James. Fucking no, just that dude you fucking banged for a while. Like just random
Like
fucking
just some rando. It was your first? Yeah, definitely.
Scott. Fucking
Yeah, I can't even remember, but it was not.
No, I
for
don't
a
know.
While. It
I
was
couldn't
not
tell
in the
you
beginning.
who.
It was, because they have that conversation later where she's like, "Do you orgasm every time?"
Oh yeah, every
I
time.
think so.
Psh, girl,
Girl,
you would know.
you would know.
You would know.
Oh my god.
You're starting a bushfire.
All right, so then Mr. Hand is passing out graded tests.
This is wet. All right, so Mr. Hand is
Passing out the tests, and it's like a couple people got good grades, but it's mostly
He's
like
reading them out.
Yeah, he reads them out loud. I don't remember anybody doing that.
no.
I mean, they handed them out face up. with a red fucking pen.
Well,
but
sometimes they
didn't yell
put
it
the
out
bad
loud.
ones face down.
That's true. I think I do remember that. What are you people on? Dope?
Yes,
Where's Spicoli? Where's Jeff?
of course. They saw him at the food machine.
So he sends someone to get him, and he comes in with the bagel tucked in his pants, his shirt open, and his checkered Vans in his hands.
So remember when I sent you that thing with the spreading the galaxy,
Yes.
or whatever, and I was talking about how that made me happy. There was another one that I saw about the best part about eating a bagel was licking the cream cheese out of its little bagussy.
Oh, damn it. I love doing that, and now it's going to make it gross for me. I'm going to think of it differently now.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
So yeah, he's like, oh, I just couldn't make it on time.
Right.
And he wants to know why he wastes his time, and he's like, I don't know.
Oh, he's like, this isn't a birthday party for me.
Oh yeah, that's what the kid told him to get him into the class. And so when he tells Mr. Han he doesn't know why he can't make it on time, he writes,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, out on the blackboard. I like that. That's nice.
I don't know.
Are you going to pass this class, Mr.
Gee,
Spicoli?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going to leave that up here for the rest of the day for all my students. And
And-
Spicoli's like, cool.
Yeah, of
He
course
does
I'll
not-
give you credit.
Yeah, he does not get that that's like a dig
Right.
at him.
Of course.
Fast forward to Christmas.
Yeah, now we're back at the mall, and we see all the mall Santas getting peed on.
Being
And-
rude to the pizza girl. And remember that credit card thing?
Yes.
When they had to, I had the first job I had to use one of those. It was rare someone would use a credit card at that place, but when they did, I had to get out that copy paper
At the hotel briefly, when I first started there,
and make
there
that
was
like
an option.
physical copy imprinted of their credit card numbers.
Yeah.
Santa cursing at Stacy about his pizza, and that's where you hear Ron hasn't called Stacy since November.
Yeah, since November. And who cares? He's just a stereo salesman.
His loss.
And who cares? He's just a statutory rapist.
Right? And then we got a kid hitting Damone up for Blue Oyster Cult tickets.
Right. Like, where were you, like, last month? Right? Is this where he tells him?
Yeah. That he almost, like, lost, I don't know. He didn't have
Or
any money.
whatever.
Charles comes in with his little brother, who Spicoli is friends with,
Right. And he wants Earth, Wind, and Fire tickets.
for him and his little brother. So Spicoli and his little brother go to play arcade games.
And he's, again, not wearing a shirt.
I know, Spicoli doesn't wear a shirt
No,
anywhere.
he doesn't wear shirts no place.
And so, so then Damone with his keyboard scarf tells Rat,
Oh, my God.
come on, let's go get you a woman.
Right. And he's like, if she can't smell your qualification, who the fuck needs her?
So he takes him to meet Stacy.
Yes.
Stop fucking around and go get her.
Yeah.
Ace that jacket, man. Because he's got his movie
Right,
theater
he's got
tux
the-
on.
So Rat goes up to Stacy and she's like, aren't you in my biology class? Or does he say, aren't you in my biology
No,
class?
she says, oh, I know you from biology.
Right. And he like wants to know what happens to the jackets that get left.
And she brings out the lost and found box.
Oh,
and he
we
goes,
keep them.
it's going to take too long. I'll
Right.
just
Like,
get a
never
new
mind. I'll just get a new jacket. And the second question is, can I have your number?
One. I'll ask you out sometime.
Smooth, Rat.
And she gives it to him.
Yeah. She's like, do you have a pen? Because this one's out of ink.
And so Rat is the nerdiest dude in this movie, and he still gets Stacy's digits after she
Right.
just banged a 26-year-old for 3 months.
Seriously.
So, like, there's not really a
And
character.
this is where he first learns her name.
He had to have known her from class, really? Like, again, nobody
He
listens
looks
when
at
you
the
take
thing
roll.
like, oh, Stacy. Okay.
She has to say here every day when they call her name.
present.
You must know her first and last name.
Yeah. Stacy Hamilton. Learn it. Live it. Love it.
Then we back at Brad working, wiping down the big hairy pussy graffiti off the mirror.
That's right. And he's like practicing
His breakup with Lisa.
breaking up with Lisa.
He gets asked to cover the register while the Arthur pees,
Yeah. And Arthur, like, through this whole thing, looks like a 35-year-old.
and he's real
Bank
nervous
manager.
no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
he always seems nervous.
Yeah. He's got a problem.
So a man comes up to complain that he wants his money back. He is not 100% guaranteed satisfied with
He's
his
being
breakfast.
a real asshole.
He is. And Brad's like, okay, but you just have to fill out this form and I'll get you
Yeah.
your
That's
money.
not how
No,
it works. I want my $275 back.
I'm not doing that. And he's like, well, you have to. So the man starts yelling at him, and Brad's like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to kick 100% of your ass. And right then, of
Wouldn't
course,
you love it?
the assistant manager
Oh,
comes out.
yes, at the perfect moment.
And the customer complains that he cursed at him or whatever.
Oh, now he's the victim.
And Brad gets fired.
Right on the spot.
And Brad, of course, to Arnold is like, what do you say?
Yeah,
Like,
hope
it was
you had a
great
hell of a piss.
Yeah. And he leaves.
Yes, he walks out of there.
Then we're in Spicoli's dream about winning a surf competition.
It's the biggest wave since 1946.
Danger is his business.
Right? And like, we have the fucking Efsler again.
Yeah. Surfing's not a sport, it's a way of life.
Right. And that apparently they had it on a cue card, that line with the Efsler. And I guess Cameron Crowe has that cue card in his office.
Why?
I don't know.
Weird, Cameron Crowe.
That's
Throw it
just what
away.
I read. I don't know. That's just what I read.
So he's like, look, you just look at the wave and say, hey, bud, let's party. What are you doing next? I'm headed to Australia and Hawaii.
To Bell's Beach?
And then me and Mick are going to London, jam with the Stones.
Yeah.
And then you hear Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff.
He gets woken up by his little brother Curtis.
Who is filthy.
Yeah.
And like, I don't remember ever noticing that, but both Spicoli and his little brother are filthy in the face
They're
and
little
hair.
dirty kids.
They're little dirty kids, and you only hear mention of a dad who's like what did he say later? He's a stereo repair guy or something? Or a TV repair guy, I think.
He's
or
like
something.
some kind of repair guy. I think I have that note
And so
later.
I think these boys are a bit neglected.
Maybe a little.
Then we're at the spirit rally. How much did you hate the motherfucking spirit rallies?
I hate it.
Oh, I was waiting for that pack of thermals in the basement.
Yes. A serious as fuck bomb set off a pack of thermals upstairs.
Yep, that's what I was waiting for during the spirit rally.
Yes.
And so Brad's bitching about losing his job and tells Lisa, "Oh, he's
I'm
glad
so glad that we're still
together."
And like Lisa's like, well, actually,
And for all the reasons he gave in his mirror speech,
she breaks up with
breaks up.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, in your fucking face, Brad.
then it's Damone and Rat at the mall.
She still wants to be friends then.
Yeah, and he gives Ratner his 5-point plan for this date with Stacy.
Oh, right. Never let on,
Number 1.
right, how much you like them and,
Number
Like in
2,
real life.
always call the shots.
Number 3, wherever you are is the place to be.
Number 4, when ordering food, find out what she wants and order for you both. It's a classy move. And number 5, when it comes down to making out, whenever possible, put on side 1 of Led Zeppelin. Which album was
4?
it? 4.
And they couldn't get the rights to that. That's
And
why
so
they
they were
used
playing a
that
different Led
Cashmere
Zeppelin?
from Physical Graffiti. Maybe that's why it didn't work. That's why I didn't score.
So he's in the car, his sister's car that he borrowed to take Stacy on the date. And they go to this restaurant where, why are the chairs so big? Like, I
don't
know they're
know.
both short, but like, those chairs were big if you were 6 feet
Maybe
tall.
it was because it's a German restaurant.
Maybe, yeah.
She
I've
got
never
the
had German
knockwurst.
food. I've never had knockwurst. I
Mm.
don't think I have.
Not like at a. I don't
think we have any German restaurants in town.
I think there's one in like not close here.
Okay, but
I
like
think I
driving
know.
distance.
I think I know where there may be one.
Yeah, I have to check it out. So he forgot his wallet. He figures out
course, like-
immediately.
How could you not do the pat down?
During your first date, do the pat down.
How nervous.
Spectacles,
What?
spectacles,
Can you do
testicles,
it?
wallet, and watch. Come on, you gotta do it.
Spectacles, breasticles, wallet.
There you go. And so he excuses himself, or he tries to. The waitress comes, they
Oh God,
order.
she like towers over.
He excuses himself after they order and calls Damone, like, please, you gotta go
Yeah.
to my house and get my
And
wallet.
he's
and bring
like
it here.
all, I'm super
I'm busy,
biz.
which he's just watching TV.
Right, like whatever. And he's like, you owe me, like I owe you.
You're gonna owe me big.
Right. And he's like, in no hurry.
No, because dinner is, so that was when they very first ordered. So you got to figure what, a good 10 minutes before they get their
Right.
meal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have not only eaten, they've had dessert, they've had
all
several
there's
sodas,
so much food.
crackers, all kinds of things.
Everything.
So he took like an hour
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah.
And then just throws his wallet on, like, I found your wallet the other day.
How's it going? And he introduces Stacy.
Like, he could have just slipped it to him.
or something.
Because it makes it very clear he forgot his wallet.
Right, like, because she realizes
came in with it.
She's like, oh, I get it.
They share a look, him and Stacy.
And then, like, he introduces the two of them
Right.
to each other. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll see you later. And then they leave, like, immediately.
As soon as they had just ordered another Coke, and the moment she brings them, they're like, bye.
She's like, ugh.
What a waste.
And then, like, someone broke in and stole the tape deck.
Right, out of his sister's car.
Right. And she's like, you want to come in?
She invites him in her house. Her brother is gone. Her parents are gone for the weekend.
Mind if I change? Can you get my zipper?
And goes and puts on a silky robe.
Yeah.
Come in my room and sit on my bed.
My parents are out of town.
And they kiss.
Uh-huh.
And like she's
She's
ready
like,
to
you want to
get
look
it,
at my
get it.
photo album?
And like, hey, at least you got dinner this time.
Right.
But like,
And she's indoors. She's not in the dugout.
she's not in the dugout.
This
But
is definitely a step up.
he chickens out.
He runs out of there.
I
He's
gotta
like,
bring my
go.
sister's car home. I gotta go.
Yeah, she's like really worried about the car, and like,
And he stops and he's gonna go back, but he
but
sees
the
her
light
bedroom light
goes
go
out.
out.
And he's like, oh,
Yep. So then Stacy and Linda are doing face masks, and Stacy's like, Mark doesn't like me. He shows no interest in me.
she's like, what do you care? He's a 16-year-old usher at a movie theater.
And Linda's like, well, you would have to make the first move with a boy like Mark. And she's like, I did.
I
The
made
first
all
move, the
the
second
moves."
move. And she says she was really beginning to like him.
Right, but well, you better find someone else fast.
So then we get
Another stellar piece of advice.
Yeah, Linda, thanks.
Yeah.
Rebound.
With your invisible boyfriend, your, what was it, George Glass?
With all of your sage advice and wisdom.
Sage advice.
So then Spicoli and Charles's little brother are out driving around high as motherfucker.
Oh my God, weaving in and out of traffic,
Drinking,
like bumping other
smoking
cars.
weed. I think he says he's on lewds at a certain point.
What?
Or someone else says, I don't know.
Charles is out of town.
He's driving up the middle of lanes.
Yeah.
They're in Charles's car.
He's bumping other cars.
bumping cars out of the way. He is fucking insane.
This is terrible.
And they're trying to get to a party, and Charles' little brother's like, make this right. And he slams into a whole pile of building
Into
materials.
a construction zone.
Into cinder blocks and all.
Cinder blocks have covered the hood of this car.
My brother's going to kill us.
Yeah.
My brother's going to shit.
What's he going to do? Shit or kill us?
First he's gonna shit,
and then he's going to kill us.
And Spicoli's like, relax. My
I can
dad
fix it.
has the ultimate set of tools. I can fix this.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No. And now we get to the big game time.
And so the day of the big football game,
Against Lincoln, they have all these assassinate Lincoln.
kill Lincoln, assassinate Lincoln,
Yeah.
tromp Lincoln.
The school spirit.
And they find Charles's car
Mm-hmm.
spray painted with anti-whatever their school graffiti,
Anti-Ridgemont.
all smashed up,
Yep.
sitting in front of the school. And he is big mad.
How did he get to school
Without his car.
not in his car?
That's a good question. Why didn't he drive his car to school? Because they said he was out of town when they took his car, but when he
Yeah,
got
but he
home,
came
wouldn't he
out
have
of the
driven his car to school?
Was there a whole thing we missed where he, like, his car was stolen?
Right? Maybe he reported it stolen and then they found it there.
Perhaps.
That's possible.
Perhaps.
So then it's game night and Charles is ready to kill.
Oh, my God.
And he is smashing heads,
He is
crushing spines.
Murderous. Like,
Hit by Jefferson, crushed by Jefferson,
yes,
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
He like disabled half of this high school football
People are
team.
being taken off in stretchers.
These kids are paralyzed now.
It is serious. Like,
because
blown out
Spicoli is a
knees.
fucking asshole.
Well, I mean, he came through.
I mean, hey,
I guess.
he won the game.
I guess.
Then we see Brad working at Captain Hook's Fish and Chips just for a second.
And like, did they? Well, I mean, I guess like they never caught anybody for stealing the car. Like, they
yeah, never addresses it again.
'cause-
So
yeah,
that was
alright.
the end of it. The
All
football
right.
team did it at the end.
All right.
Then Linda and Stacy are by the pool doing a magazine quiz, testing Linda's mate.
That's right.
And that's when she's asking the questions about
Oh,
what was the was that
do
the
you
how
and your
long
partner like climax together,
does he go first? Do you go first, or,
or
do
do
you
you
go
climax
together?
together? Oh, wait, together.
And then is this the one where she asked, "Do you orgasm?" Or no, that was already right where she's
Right.
like, "Do you orgasm every time, or was that this one when she's like, "Oh, do you always
no.
climax with Doug?"
Yes,
I think
think-
so. And so then Rat and Damone show up unannounced.
Yeah, they're
to
crashing.
swim, crash their little pool party, and they're like, "All right," but she's like, "You have to leave as soon as my mom gets home."
Right. And they're like high school boys.
Linda's
like,
already like disinterested.
Right, of course. And then like Brad comes home in his little pirate outfit.
Did mom know you have company?
Like,
and this is just a turtleneck painted like a pirate
Yeah,
vest. It's so
I
bad.
know. It's like one of those tie in the back polyester Halloween costumes.
Not cute.
Yeah, and we're just about 53 minutes and 5 seconds into
So
this
Brad
movie.
goes to the bathroom
and
peeks
looks
out the window at Linda.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, so we get his
little
little
fantasy.
fantasy. So she does not actually take her top off, but she does actually
She
take her
takes
top
her
off.
top off.
So
Well, like she comes.
Linda doesn't take her top off,
you
but
know
Phoebe
how
Cates
cute
takes her
I
top
always
off.
thought you were.
Yes. And she comes out arms. She undoes it in the front and comes arms
And
outstretched.
oop, those titties,
Them
though.
perky little B cups.
Titties.
She was 19 here, so hey,
19, 20.
19 or 20.
20,
yeah.
or yeah,
I
something
think
like
both
that.
her and Jennifer Jason Leigh were 19 and 20.
it's interchangeable. But well, both of them were tits out.
Tits out.
Tits, get them tits out.
I mean, hey, they are captured in their perky glory for the rest of eternity.
And
so if you're proud of them
that's
titties,
true.
put
Them
them on
per-
the film.
Them-
Put them on film.
Put them on film.
I would have let and I would have let everybody see my fucking titties at that age, probably too. At 19,
I did, in fact, put them on film.
you're right. At 19, I feel like I would have been fine with that. But like, they're supposed to be
They're-
15 and 16. So
Right.
why are we seeing titties, Cameron
Right.
Crowe?
Why are there titties,
I know
though?
it's legal, but you just said they
And
were
they
15.
look
and they
young.
look 15.
Mm.
We didn't have to see titties. You could have done that scene.
We didn't have to see a lot of things.
True.
True.
So, yeah, the music starts. He starts jerking off in the bathroom. So
Yep.
she's actually finally dives in the pool, gets water in her ears, like, oop, I need a
Oh, I
Q-tip.
gotta get in the bathroom. So
Go in the
she-
bathroom. And she walks in on Brad jerking off. And what did you say they had a...
He had a real dildo, like a big dildo that
Just
he
for
was jerking
something to
off
jerk
with.
off.
And so that look on her face was for real.
Does anybody fucking knock
Doesn't
anymore?
anybody fucking knock anymore? And like, doesn't anybody fucking lock the door anymore?
Yeah,
Bradley?
lock the door when you guys jerk
Or
off.
at least lean up against it if there is no lock to be had.
For
Like,
real,
do
Bradley.
something,
Come
Brad.
on.
You're the one jerking off. Figure
There
it
are
out.
4 teenagers in the pool right now and apparently one
Seriously.
bathroom. So
There's a
lean
pool
on the door.
house.
Yeah, I didn't show a bathroom in it,
There's
though.
got to be a lock on the door, Brad. What are you mad for? Why are you
Seriously.
mad, Brad?
So then the next day, Damone helps Stacy open her locker.
Oh, he does that little Fonzie shit.
uh-huh, and she thinks he's
Fuck
cute.
was that?
What?
Something just fluttered down. Maybe it was a moth.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I was like, fuck, we got ghosts? What's happening?
no,
This is not the movie for ghosts. There's nothing spooky about this.
no, there is. There's true crime moments.
Oh,
but
where-
Not until
oh,
the
not
end.
yet?
Not
Okay.
yet. Not yet. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
So he Fonzies her locker, and she obviously thinks he's cute.
She's all, ooh.
She starts drawing them in class.
Damone.
Mrs. Stacy
Oh
Damone.
my god.
Really?
I
I did that fucking shit.
I know. What you
shit.
say you're really for?
that shit.
Quit playing. Quit playing.
I don't know if I did it after like. I feel like I had to kiss a boy before I started writing Mrs. something, but I
There
don't
was
know.
always a fantasy. There was plenty
That's
of
probably
dudes
true.
that I was, well, not like several, but there was dudes that I never got to make out with that I was like, had that from afar crush.
True. So then we're in Mr. Hand's class, and of course, Spicoli is there in his poncho, and here is our iconic scene.
You can't be unhappy.
He's smiling because you can't be unhappy in a poncho.
No, you cannot. And he gets a pizza delivered.
From the stepdad from Biodome. The creepy stepdad from Biodome brings
Oh,
the
shit.
pizza. And double cheese and sausage.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Hand's like, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Right. And
Learning
they're-
about Cuba, having some food.
Right. And it's like, how could you be eating on my time? And he was like,
I've been
wow.
thinking about this my time thing.
Right. And if you're here and I'm here, Doesn't that make it
our time? So Mr. Hand's like, you know what?
You know what? You're right.
Sure.
So
me have
let's
that
all,
pizza.
yeah, this is our pizza on our time.
So he opens up this pizza, which clearly has not
Pizza?
a piece of sausage on it.
Not a pizza.
Pizza.
It looks like a cheese pizza.
It's just cheese.
Just cheese.
There is
I
no
didn't
sausage.
see any sausage.
Not a lick of sausage.
Not a lick of sausage.
This podcast turned into another language for the last 15 seconds. I apologize.
Not a lick. of
No
sausage.
Captain Crunch decoder ring will be made available to
No,
you. I am
you're
sorry.
gonna have to just figure it out.
Oh my God, should we make a Doom Generation decoder ring?
We'll have to have an index.
It's all like
Like,
top dollar finest
when you
means
read-
putting on your nice clothes.
When you read Train Spotting, how it has that whole
Yes,
thing at the end,
at
we
the
have to have
end.
one of those. Oh, we should.
we need to make like a Doom Generation vocabulary or something.
There
like
you
a
go.
thing we can put out that's like our slang. That's
Hey,
our own
patent
slang.
pending. Shh,
Patent pending.
shh. We can cut that out.
So he shares the pizza with certain members of the class.
Right, he hands it out. Everybody get a piece, and he's so sad. His face, like they did that,
was all
zoom
his
in.
pizza.
It was like,
all his
"Oh,
money."
I only got like a piece. There was still like a piece. He could have had a piece,
Mr. Hand didn't let
La
him have
piece.
even one slice.
one slice.
So
And so-
then we
so-
get to the serious part.
So Stacy runs up on Damone, talk about, I have no ride, right?
So yeah, so she comes up to Damone and he's like, Mark really likes you.
Right. And
She's like,
she's
"Well,
like,
he's
well,
nice.
but I like you.
I like you.
Oh,
So
shit.
he walks her home and he asks if she has any iced tea.
Right. And
She
she's like,
invites
yeah.
him in. You want to go swim?
Yeah, you want to go swimming? Like, I'm going to go change.
And that's
like,
where, once again, she puts on this sleeveless knit sweater as a
Right.
bathing suit top.
He's like, this is great iced tea.
This is a great iced tea. And she takes him to the pool changing room to give him her big brother's trunks.
Right. She was like, oh, Brad keeps some stuff out in the changing room. And it's like the little pool tiki hut.
And they kiss like barely.
I know. And, she's
And immediately
good
it's like, you want to
kisser.
take off your clothes? You first. Both at the same time.
Oh my God.
Wanna be somebody,
And it comes in
baby.
loud and
Fucking
hot.
A with this somebody's
Comes
baby.
in hot.
We get titties again. We get some full
Yes.
frontal from Jennifer
Well,
Jason
there
Leigh.
was like there was supposed to be like full dick.
Like there should have been.
There
If
was
you're gonna
suppo-
do
well,
it to
'cause it
her,
was-
do it to him.
Well, that too, but it was supposed to make it out to where it was like scary, like it was like nerve wracking to
Like to be
do
because
all
it
this
would
sex.
be like I fucked around at this age, but like I didn't get
Not like
straight up full
this.
daytime naked in front of a boy
She
I
had
just kissed for 1
very
second.
casual sex.
Well, that's what happens when you have sex with a 26-year-old for the
Well,
first
and
3
he
months.
was actually 26.
yeah,
at
so
this
that's-
time
I
in
mean,
real
at least
life.
she was like 20, but still.
Yeah,
And so they go to have sex, and like he comes immediately.
I cannot hear this song without seeing those purple socks and his little.
And didn't you feel it?
I think I came. Didn't you feel it?
Yeah, I guess I did.
And like he's like, I gotta go. Like,
And
he
then just gets up and leaves her
and
naked on
leaves.
the
She's
couch.
just all splayed out on the couch.
Ugh. What a pig.
Wow, he's just like pumps and dumps and leaves. And that's all it took.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She banged this 26-year-old for 3 months, probably unprotected. And it only took Damone. I mean, he's virile, I guess. The
I
sperm's
guess her cervix was thick
or something.
at the time
It was the
she
right
had the
time.
mucus.
So then the next day at work, she's asking Linda how long Doug takes. Oh, 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, she's like, I thought you said like 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh,
And
yeah,
she's like,
that's
oh,
what I meant. How long
Lies.
did Damone go?
Like 10,
15 to 20 minutes. Why are you covering for his sorry ass?
Well, because I mean, how embarrassing for you too, I guess.
Well, but I
Like,
mean, that means your pussy feels good, right?
I guess he couldn't even
He
hang
couldn't
on
even
to
hang
it.
on.
That pussy was so
He
good.
was like, whoop.
she got that
immediately.
good pussy.
Right? And so then Damone is immediately checking the girls out in the hall again.
Just blows her off.
She's like,
What's
I haven't
his
seen you for
fucking
days.
problem?
I'm in a hurry. Because he knows he fucked up. That number one, that's his best friend's girl. It's not his girl, but it's
She's
the
my
girl.
best friend's
It's the girl he
girl.
likes.
Oh.
And number
oh.
two, he fucking Minute Manned her. Not even Minute Manned her. He
But
second
she wasn't
manned her.
gonna say. Ooh. Ooh, she wasn't gonna say anything though.
But he don't know that.
Well, she came up to him like,
I mean, he would have had a better chance of her not saying it if he had played nice.
right?
Like, if you're afraid she's gonna say some shit, don't be
right?
a dick.
Then maybe don't be a dick.
Because that's when she gonna say some shit.
everybody. I would tell everybody.
Right?
Everybody gonna know.
So then we got Brad at the fish place, Captain Hook's Fish and Chips.
At the chum bucket.
You got to deliver these fish boxes to IBM.
Oh, right. And he's going to go change in
He
the
wants to
back
take
room.
off
He's
the
like,
pirate
you're a
costume.
representative of
Got
our...
to show a little pride. So he puts his pirate costume backs on.
Backs on.
Backs on.
Backs off.
And then he puts it in the car and gets it backs off. Because
He
he's
should have
like,
took
fuck
that
this.
hat off at least.
He did. Well, he's starting to flirt with that girl. First, he's eating the food and it's like gross and starts throwing out
Right.
the window. Then he pulls up on that cute girl. And now, is that cute girl the blonde from Heart? Because she looked so familiar and I couldn't figure out who the fuck she is.
She's married to Cameron Crowe.
Oh.
I forget which one of Heart it is.
The blonde one.
Which side of...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember their
Anne?
names.
The blonde heart.
The blonde Heart.
The blonde Heart.
So yeah, he flirts with her and realizes, looks in the mirror and realizes he has his hat on. So he throws that out the window, starts throwing the food out the window.
Right.
Littering Brad.
Littering. You're a litter bug.
Come on now.
Dick.
So then to Damone hitting on some girl in the bleachers.
And that's Pamela Springsteen.
Okay. And she's not impressed. She's like,
He's
not
talking
falling
about
for his
cheap
line.
trick tickets. Come on. Mommy's all right. Daddy's all right. Come on, the Dream
Just seem
Police.
a little weird. Yeah.
Surrender.
And Stacy walks up on him.
Surrender.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, I'm busy here. I'm doing business.
I hope it's important. I could be blowing a big deal.
It is important.
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
Oh, shit.
How do you know it's mine? We only did it once.
I haven't been with anybody else.
It was your idea. You wanted to do it more than I did.
Come on.
Take that back.
All right. And all she's asking for
It's $75.
He's like, I bet you want me to pay for it. And she's like, we'll go halvesies.
$150 at the free clinic doesn't sound free to me.
You motherfucker. Now, you
didn't even fucking give her
I
an
just
orgasm
started
and
yelling
you gave her a baby.
about how this motherfucker knocked me up with his 2-pump chump short
And this
tort
is-
don't want no minute man
In the
fucking
current
bullshit.
political climate in our country,
Right?
when the topic of abortion comes up and people bring up all these hardcore situations
Right.
like incest and rape. No.
No.
I'm just talking base abortion like
Sometimes-
this. Some 2-pump chump when you're
Right.
15 years old
Got your
impregnates you
15-year-old daughter
before
pregnant.
you could even know he was inside you. You're
and
fucking
all
full of
she
his cum.
wants is $75 in a ride.
Like,
dick.
let her-
And
like-
you know what? I feel like they were remiss to not have like that gauntlet of assholes with signs and shit screaming.
Maybe they didn't do
outside
that in
the-
1982, but they did that when I
feel
went.
I feel like that they should have left that.
Last
because-
time I was at Planned
Well,
Parenthood,
when did
they for sure
start?
had those, but that was
well, they show up
early
on that day.
2000s.
Like you know what you should do, if you ever have to encounter those people outside of the abortion clinic, you just tell them, "Oh, we just found out the baby was gay."
Like, see, it's fine. It'll be fine. We just have
We
to have
just
an
found
abortion
out
because baby's gay.
The baby's gay, so
And they'll be like, oh, yeah, cool, cool,
okay, come right
cool,
in.
cool.
You know, they're fine.
So,
But
yeah.
I feel like they should have had that. Like, I feel like that would have been a thing in '82 that they would have had those people out
Yeah,
there
I
yelling
don't
and
know.
screaming.
You would think
they had
so,
them in the
but-
'90s. Why wouldn't they have them in the '80s?
But yeah, it was pretty empty. So
I don't know. Well, they didn't actually go through the whole. Well, she was.
she went.
Yeah, they had outside the place.
So it shows Damone trying to get, it shows him make a singular phone call.
Right. He's
Trying to get the
call
$50
in
off
tab.
someone who owes him. And
And
got
he's got
money.
a little bit of cash.
And he looks up. Now, I didn't look this up, but why does he look up at this Pete Townsend poster? And there's like a moment
don't
where he
know.
locks eyes with this
But he
bloody
also
Pete
looks
Townsend.
at an Elvis Costello poster.
So I don't know what that's all about.
He's
if there's
just
any...
looking at his
he's just looking
music
around.
posters. This is his life.
And so it seems like he's gonna do the right thing, but here we go. Stacy's hanging.
She's waiting
on the curb,
outside. Waiting outside.
and she has to run to stop Big Brother from leaving to
This
get a ride.
fucker.
To the bowling
So
alley.
Brad kindly takes her to the bowling alley, and he sees her
In his rear view.
run across the street
To the free clinic.
to the clinic.
And then you flash to her that afterwards nurse comes in asking the girls
She's like,
if you're
we
okay.
can't let you go without a ride. And she's like, oh, I told my boyfriend to meet me down in the parking lot or whatever the fuck.
So she goes downstairs and finds Big Brother Brad waiting.
And what a good
you guys, if you
brother.
have little
Are
sisters,
you fucking kidding
this
me?
is the move. This is the
Are
best part.
you fucking kidding me?
It's the cutest because Brad is not only did he come back and wait,
Right.
he is not pissed.
He knew what was going on.
He's not
He didn't
sitting there
press her.
judging. He didn't
And
press
I also
her.
feel like she seemed pretty well off
Right.
for having a analog abortion in the early 80s.
Analog abortion.
Well, because now they got the pills.
Right, and I'm sure that's not what that was.
No, not
And
then.
she doesn't want to say who it is. He even
He
doesn't
was like,
press
who
her on
did
that.
this? And she
Fine.
was like, he's like, you're not going to tell me. She's
can be
like,
your
he's like,
secret.
okay, that's fine. Let's go get, are you hungry?
Yep, and
Let's
takes
go
her
get
to
something
go
to eat. Like, and again, I'm surprised she didn't like sleep the rest of the day.
yeah,
Had kind of
'cause
a
that's what you
long
do.
afternoon.
That's what you do.
She seemed pretty up and about. I
She
mean,
calls-
she's 15. She's young and spry. She just
calls
had an
Linda
abortion.
and says Mike didn't show up.
Right. She's like, that little prick, that no brain little prick.
I'm not gonna let him get away with this.
Nope. And she's like, oh, come on. Like,
Don't do
no.
anything.
Uh-uh.
But Mike comes out of his apartment next morning and the word prick is spray painted on his car.
On his gremlin.
right?
Fit
Your
in.
super sweet car.
Fit in. On his gremlin. Which, Phoebe Cates and Judge Reinhold,
Gremlins connection.
Hey now.
So he tapes a piece of cardboard over it and goes to school. And
He,
his
like,
locker,
aggressively
Yeah.
drives in there.
his locker also has the words "little prick" painted
Little
on them.
prick.
And in the showers, Rat confronts him.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
Look, she's real aggressive.
Yeah, and I never even called her again.
Like that's gonna make it better.
And does Rat know about the abortion?
I don't know how he even found out about it, and so I don't know if he knows about the
Did-
abortion.
Linda tell him?
Maybe.
Did she let it loose? Did she spread rumors all over Squaw?
Fuck you, Damone. There's a
Fuck
lot of
you.
girls out there. You gotta mess with Stacy.
I know, and I mean, it's not like it's not like he swooped her. Like she came up to
She
him.
did
It's not
come
like
up to him and like the reason boys can't control themselves is because their parents don't have these conversations.
I
with
know.
them. But a boy will swoop on anybody who makes a first move. Like I don't think he probably never even necessarily thought of her like that.
Well, that's
before
why he was so
until she said, "I like
terrified.
you," and then it was an immediate head change to like, "Oh,
yeah,
oh, I can get my dick wet."
right.
Okay,
Like she's
Sorry,
gonna
Rat.
put out.
yeah. You know, Rat. Oh well, Rat blew it. You know, and he
Hey,
immediately
like 'cause
started
he
like,
knew
yeah,
that
she
he
don't
had
like
a
you,
chance.
and he had the shot.
didn't go for it. That he ran out of the house.
I mean, the way he went about it in the aftermath was wrong, but the
Oh,
fact that
well,
he
no,
banged
the way
her,
that he-
she was open to that.
the
She
fact
was-
that he banged her wasn't a problem.
and he's at least
necessarily.
her age.
Well,
They're both in high school
at
at
least. But the fact that he banged her wasn't necessarily a problem. What he did afterwards,
Right, it was
and
the
like not
aftermath.
showing up, like he's in the garage with his
His
dad.
dad.
I would have told his fucking mom.
I would have too.
I need him to come pick me
Uh-huh,
up to have an abortion.
Yep.
Because he got me pregnant.
I sure
you go
woulda.
tell him that,
Yep.
ma'am.
I sure would have, and you should too, ladies. Anybody
Right?
who gets knocked up by
You
a
want to
teenage
fucking
boy,
play?
yeah.
Go fix this with
I
your
don't
dad
think we
in
have
the
many
fucking
teen
garage.
listeners, but just in case.
No, don't you let that shit slide.
And so they start to
She
get
wasn't
in a fight.
asking much.
They start to get in a fight, and the teacher breaks it up
bad.
before anybody fights. So then we've got the kids getting off the bus for their final at the hospital.
Right.
From nursery to morgue.
Yes.
Conduct yourselves with the utmost maturity. And
Right.
Spicoli is there.
Of course. And are you in my class?
I am
Am
today. And so he's telling them that these are derelicts who sold their bodies to medicine
For $30 for
25. He
To-
says 30 and the guy goes 25.
who?
under
So
his
do they
breath.
give it to him? Do they prepay? And they
then
have to come
Spicoli's
pick him
like
up?
righteous bucks. Like, yeah, $25 was more money
Is that
in
what
82,
Spicoli's gonna
but it
do?
wasn't selling your body money.
That's true. I mean, I would imagine. Like, how does that work? Do they have to prepay?
They go tell homeless people, sign this form and we'll give you $25, and when you
Do
die,
you
we
have
get
to
your body.
keep like a card on you?
They have their ID, whatever, like they have their identity, and when they come in, they probably are in the roster as they've donated their body because there wasn't like internet. So
I don't know how you keep records on something like that, but I mean, okay, fine, whatever. And like Stacy runs off to puke.
the
'cause they're,
only
like,
one
getting
who's
in
into
that-
this is Spicoli.
This is that like it was kind of like that thing he's getting in that body with the organs and shit, where he's taking things out. Like that was like kind of the thing that
like how it was when you
perfection
saw it.
game thing that I played with at the
He pulls the heart
university.
out, and Spicoli's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
gnarly!"
gnarly. And then that's
when she runs
She
out.
runs off to puke, and Rat follows her, of course, and like
You're so nice.
Samp.
And this is Hancock, not Hancock, Hancock Memorial Hospital. It says.
Yeah. And this is the one in Inglewood, is where the hospital is.
So then we're at Mr.
I wonder
Hand's-
if this is the one where my dad was born. My dad was
Oh.
born in Inglewood. I don't know if this
Maybe
is the same hospital.
So then we're in Mr. Hand's final exam.
Yeah, everybody. And like, how do you not cheat?
Everyone's cheating off
With
Rat.
everybody everywhere. And you have the notes written on the,
thigh, on the
and
plastic lizard, the
glasses,
glasses.
And like, how do you not? Like, how do you wrangle that? You can't wrangle it. You can't police it. Everyone's cheating.
Yep.
Cheating, creeping, sneaking.
And I can't imagine now with smartphones, they must have to like take your phone at the beginning of a test or something.
I don't know how that works.
Because we didn't have that kind of shit. It was
I
just
haven't
writing
been
on
in
your hand.
school in a long times.
So then we got Spicoli smoking the bong, talking to Eric Stoltz on the
Smoking
phone.
the bong, and he gets a brand new pair of slip-ons.
And he's so high.
I'm so wasted. Like, does that cause brain damage?
And he smacks himself in the head
Yeah.
with his Vans a bunch of times.
You hear this?
that? This is my skull.
Yeah.
I'm so wasted.
And like Eric Stoltz is gonna pick him up for the dance.
And then Curtis comes in.
Like, I didn't hear you knock.
He comes back. You got company.
Right. And it's like
Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand. And this is well, yeah, but before that, he comes in he's like, you've wasted a total of 8 hours
Of my time this year.
So now it's my turn. We're going to have an in-depth discussion on the Davis Agreement.
Yeah, so he's going to make him talk history instead of going to the graduation dance, which, like, he's not graduating, so I guess it's just an open dance.
I don't know, but this is one of our true crime moments.
Oh?
One of the pinups in the background that's prominently featured in Spicoli's room is Dorothy Stratton,
Okay.
who was murdered by her estranged husband,
Oh.
Paul Schneider. She was the Playboy
Okay.
bunny, and he was like the obsessive husband that, you know, whatever. And she was like super young. It was sad. So that was one of our true crime moments.
White ladies can't help it.
Nope.
So at the dance, there's a cover band. Damone apologizes to Mark.
Yeah, him and like they make up, and
You
he's
can't
like,
help it.
You're just lewd, crude, and obnoxious. He's like, I could live with that.
Are we still friends?
Like, yeah. I mean, I guess.
So I don't think he knew about the abortion.
I don't think
he
so
knows he
either.
fucked her, but I don't think he knows
Yeah,
about
I
the
don't think he knows
abortion.
about that. I don't fucking told
'Cause he
everybody the
wouldn't
way
have
that
been
he
friends
fucking
with him.
handled that shit. Come on now. Well, like he could have dated her afterwards.
Yeah.
Like knowing that.
Right? I don't
a
think he
teenage
would've.
boy.
I don't think he would have. So then we got Spicoli is back in his room talking history with Mr. Han, and he's like actually kind of getting it. You're getting close.
Right, like you're getting close, and he's like, "All right, well, I think I
made my point. I'll let you go."
I've wasted enough of your time, or you've served enough of your time, or whatever."
And that's when you realize he's not a senior, which I had just assumed to that
Yeah,
point.
like, I
because
guess
he's
he
like,
just-
oh, I won't see you next year. I'll stay on the other side of campus from you.
Right.
So he
Yeah.
wasn't talking about graduating.
I don't know.
He's only in 11th grade.
Whatever.
So he's like, they shake hands. Aloha. Aloha.
Aloha, Mr. Hand.
So then we're at the dance. And you meet the biology teacher's hot wife.
And this is our second true
shit.
crime moment. Mr. Vargas's hot young wife is Lana Clarkson,
Who is?
was murdered by Phil Spector.
Oh, snap.
Who's also dead, rest in piss.
Phil Spector, rest in piss. So the van pulls up with the stoner crew, and again they roll out of this hot box van.
Right. They're whooping it up, and then they come in all woolly bully.
And then Linda's all crying in the bathroom because, and I totally missed,
She
like,
made
she just
this
hasn't
shit
heard
up.
from Doug, or what's her.
You never see any correspondence
and
from
she's reading
Doug.
a letter that she wrote to
She's
Doug.
sending him. She had two versions. One where she
Yes.
calls him an asshole, but that wouldn't be mature.
And she realizes she can get any guy. And
Of
so
course
she
she
goes out
can.
to
I've seen them
dance.
titties.
Then you see Spicoli's friends who push him on stage during Wooly Bully.
And he's doing that dance like,
Wooly Bully. And
Yeah.
then he crowd surfs, like standing
Yeah.
up for a second.
yeah.
Then we're back at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now we've gone
Right.
at the end of the year. We're back
It's-
in the summertime. And
We're having our
Stacy
summer jobs.
doesn't want sex. She wants a relationship.
She wants a romance.
romance. We can't even get cable TV here, and you
Yeah.
want romance?
Come on now.
And then she sees Mark across the
She
mall.
waves across the thing.
He waves.
Yeah, and she waves him over.
And he's like, me?
Me? Yes, motherfucker.
Yes,
You're the only
dumbass.
one standing over there. Quit trying to be cute.
Don't make me waste my goddamn time.
You just look dumb.
So he comes over and she's like, can I give you a picture of me so
Yeah, I
you can
wanna give you a
remember to
picture."
call me this summer?
He's like, well, I'll be traveling. But yeah, I'll call you.
Which he must actually be because he's not going to
Probably.
play it cool like that. So.
He's got to go to summer camp.
Yep. So she gives him a kiss and they both go back to work.
Right.
Then we get to Brad, who's now working at the Mighty Mart.
Yes, he's at like the quick stop convenience mart. And Spicoli comes in. And he's like, why don't you get a job?
What for?
Because you need money.
I just need what is it?
All I need is some tasty,
Tasty
waves,
waves,
a
cool
cool buzz,
buzz,
and I'm
and I'm
fine.
fine.
And he's like, can I use your bathroom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Whatever. And then like,
A robber comes in.
and he gets robbed at gunpoint, and like they want the safe, and he's like, I just got the fucking job, and he's like, it's behind the donuts.
which I got robbed.
Oh shit.
And they said they had a gun, but they kept their hand in their pocket with it
Oh,
like that.
like it was a
So it was one of those like where I didn't know.
maybe it was.
They
Well, I
might.
wouldn't fuck around. I ain't trying to die for this fucking
I was
register.
just
You
graduated.
can eat shit.
And you know what? I don't know why I did this. I did have the keys to the safe, and he got the money from the register, and then he said, "I want the keys to the safe." And I said, "I was 18 years old." I looked at him. I had like piercings and shit, and I go, "They don't give me the key to the safe. Are you kidding me?" And he bought it and he left. Bitch, I had the keys to the
Oh
safe.
my god.
Why did I lie? Why was I
Like,
trying
just
to risk
see
my life
He's gonna shoot you in the
for
fucking
like the
face, and you're like, I ain't got no
$800 in
fucking
the safe?
keys.
Because I just looked at him like, "Are you serious?" I had a shaved head and like a septum piercing and shit.
Do
I was
I
like, "They
look
don't
like
give
they
me the
give me
keys
the
to the
safe
safe."
keys?
But yeah, I fully had them.
Oh wow,
So anyway,
wow.
Spicoli comes out and distracts the
Wildin'.
guy, and Brad
Yeah.
throws hot coffee in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets
He gets
him.
the gun. He gets
Spicoli's
the drop
like,
on
awesome.
him. Yeah.
All right, Hamilton.
Awesome. And then we have like
The follow up.
the epilogue, and like Brad Hamilton was made manager of the Mighty Mart June 12th.
Damone works at 7-Eleven.
He was busted for scalping Ozzy Osbourne.
He's not a scalper.
tickets. Yeah. Mr. Vargas has switched back to coffee.
Linda is attending college in Riverside.
And she's now living with her abnormal
Abnormal
psych
psych
professor
professor.
because she's abnormally psycho.
Rat and Stacy are having a passionate love affair.
But they still haven't gone all the way.
Mr. Hand is convinced that everyone is on dope.
And Jeff Spicoli saved Brooke Shields from drowning, and he blows the reward money hiring Van Halen to play at his birthday party.
And then we have the closing up the mall shop montage. And like, I only worked a job once, I think, where I had to close the mall gate.
No, I never
I
worked
think I
a
did
job
work
like
one
that.
job where I had to do the mall gate, and then I had friends and a boyfriend who worked at the mall where like I would come in while they were working, and I got to see like the back halls of the mall.
Ooh.
Yeah, like where you get to be in there when no one's in there
Yeah,
and like go
I've-
down the back halls of the mall.
I've gone out through things remembered.
Oh shit, I'm trying to remember. It was one of those stores where it was like, oh god, it wasn't the fancy. It had like massage chairs and shits, but it wasn't like
Sharper Image.
It wasn't Sharper
No?
Image. It was like whatever they had at our local mall that was like a generic version of Sharper Image, kind of. And it was a short-lived store, so I'm not gonna remember what it was called, but yeah, it was one of those. So I would go like lay in the massage chair because when it was empty, and just be like,
why not?
yeah, well, because I didn't work there. I worked somewhere else.
I didn't work there.
Like when I stole all those books from Amanda's store. Amanda, I know you listen. I'm not gonna say her last name, but my friend Amanda let me steal a bunch of books from B. Dalton because she was the manager. And I came in to pick her up after work.
Dalton now?
And I was like, "What would you do if I just took a bag and started filling it up?" And she like kind of looked at me.
She's like, "I'm not trying to die for
nothing."
this register."
She's like, "Nothing," and I was like, "All right." And so I just picked up a bag and started filling it up. And I put all these Irvine Welsh books and like Train Spotting and fucking.
I don't think I ever stole from someone else's job.
I stole from my own job for
Oh,
sure.
I stole from my own jobs all the time. All the time, stole from my jobs.
So we do not have any reviews this week, like not any Apple reviews or yearbook signings.
Nope.
But we already went a little bit long.
Well,
this is
because it's the 40th anniversary.
anniversary.
It's 40 years old. We're all 40.
And this is a core memory, and it's
Yeah,
now problematic. So it
is.
had all kinds of things
problematic,
to talk about.
though, really. Like, it's kind of...
It should have been at the time, and it wasn't.
Kind of heavy themes for... Well, because, you know what? There was a few abortion storylines.
But they kept it real light. You know what I mean?
kept
They
it
made
light.
it comedic.
There was
Like,
nothing
even the
comedic
abortion
about
wasn't
Penny's
funny.
abortion in Dirty
Oh,
Dancing.
you mean in Dirty Dancing? No, that was not comedic.
No, that
I
wasn't
thought we were
funny.
just talking
Nothing
about
funny
this
about
one.
that.
No.
There was really nothing funny about
Penny's
this
was
one either.
sad.
No, that one was bad.
You know, this one wasn't funny, but they glossed over it pretty quickly. Like they
That's
didn't make
true.
it
It was
because
like
there
in a
weren't the
flash.
protesters. There weren't.
Right, and
there
she
wasn't a
didn't
parent
seem
blocking
sick when
it.
she came out.
She didn't seem sick when she came out. So like they minimized
No,
the
she was able to
abortion
walk out of there like
process.
no big deal.
Right.
It's
So
not
yeah,
how it works.
they
Not
made
maybe-
it.
not
It was a
maybe
little more
two.
realistic in Dirty Dancing.
A little more real. Well, that one was a botched abortion.
Yeah, so that was
That's what's
going to
start happening across the country. It's going to be fucking terrible.
Yep. And on that note,
yes, on that cheery note,
we will talk at you next week.
and until then,
Later,
Doomers.